It is May 15th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday, a fantastic Friday, a funny enough, there's stuff to talk about today, Friday. And we're getting into a not so busy weekend, so we're going to have a good time. Jeremy Lambert is here.
Not so busy.
Not so busy.
It feels like it's a busy weekend.
No, come on. Sunday you'll be free, but otherwise you got, well, I mean, listen, tonight's kind of stacked. You've got SmackDown, you've got Ring of Honor, you've got the Carano Rousey fights, and then tomorrow you've got...
Tomorrow's the Carano Rousey
Tomorrow, the 16th, right. Yeah. So then you've got those two shows tonight, and then the following night you've got live Collision and the Rousey Carano fight, and there's nothing on Sunday. It should be, nothing really going on, right?
Yeah.
It's busy enough, but not like...
it's always busy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just busy. Like the world of MLW. It never stops, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, how you doing, pal? Jeremy Lambert is here.
It's the last sane weekend I'm going to have. Nobody bother me, starting potentially on Monday.
It begins.
The schedules came out, Joel. Every game is on the same day. Every single game. My wife is already...
So both series are running parallel in two different leagues.
Yes.
That's impressive.
The Thunder can start as early as Monday, depending on when the Timberwolves or when the Spurs win tonight. They would start on Monday. And the Avs start no matter what on Wednesday. But every game is the same day. Or every game is every other day. So if the Thunder start on Monday, they'll play on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever. The Avs guarantee start on Wednesday, they'll play on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever. But if the Timberwolves and the Spurs go 7, then the Thunder would start on Wednesday, which is the same day the Avs start. Regardless, there's only I maybe get game 1 of the Thunder series and God forbid game 7 of the Avs series completely alone. Everything else, same day. So no one fucking bother me on those days and after those days, and it's going to be miserable. In some ways, it's kind of better because then I just like get it out of the way at once and I don't have to be like, oh, great, my team lost last night. Now I got to deal with this team tonight. Like it could be a nice like, well, at least this team won tonight, or if they both win, that'd be great. If they both lose, I might not do the show the next day. We'll see. The other good part is like I always talk with Sammer after the OKC games, and now I'll at least have him there for Avalanche support as well, because I don't have an Avalanche support friend. If you would like to sign up to be my Avalanche support friend, please send me a message, and you can listen to me roam the streets at 11 at night, 12 into 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and just talk about how everything is terrible, and you don't get paid for it, but you become a better person, because I don't even know if you become a better person. You get karma points. You can't really like do anything with those unless you really, really believe in karma, but yeah, you get karma points if that's a thing. Do they both play Sunday during Double or Nothing? I don't know when the fuck Double or Nothing is. Sure. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think they do. So yeah, I'll have to cover dumb wrestling while I care way more about the sports, the games that are going on. So yeah, that sucks too. That's the other thing is like, it's not like I get to like take off of work. I still gotta like cover these wrestling shows. So when's Double or Nothing? The 24th?
Nah, yeah, I thought it was it's the 24th. It's an 8 p.m. start for the Avs and Golden Knights.
Yeah. So and it'll be a whatever start for the Thunder and the Spurs. So yeah, they both play on Sunday. Yeah, the schedule sucks is what this comes down to. The schedule absolutely sucks. It's not going to be good for my mental health. And that's that. So we shall see on there. Will asking who I want, the Spurs or the Timberwolves. I want the Spurs because I'm just kind of tired. I'm just kind of tired that I want to beat the best teams I don't want to be accused of like, oh, you guys played. What the hell is that?
So what?
I don't know. Something was just playing.
Not me.
All right. Well, it wasn't me, so it had to be you.
I was muted. I didn't have anything.
Okay. Did anybody else hear that, or am I just like hearing things?
I think it was just in you. I did not hear a dang thing. I'm being serious. Yeah.
All right. I want to play the best teams. I don't want to beat the teams that it's like, oh, well, you played so and so and so and so. Like everyone thinks the Spurs are better or gonna beat us. So okay, let's see. Now I don't run from the smoke. See, thank you. It was other people heard it.
Okay, hold on. When you say I'm not muted, it's if you see there's a difference here. I know that you guys see this and you think it's muted if it says the microphone thing. I've got a soundboard with and I can mute myself too. So yeah, I can tell you it wasn't me.
All right, well, I have no idea then. It was I don't feel like it was anything on my end, but maybe. Usually when this stuff happens, Joel always says it's nothing on his side, and then it's typically something on his side. So we're just gonna assume it's something on Joel's side.
It was nothing. It wasn't me.
Okay, all right. I believe you. I believe
People
you.
are crazy. You heard it. You didn't hear
Okay,
me.
all right. All right. Do I need to like ban you preemptively, Mikey? I don't know. Like I'm in an okay mood today, as everyone knows. If you are mean to me after losses, I will have no hesitation banning you or blocking you. Everybody has been warned. I realize that might be a character flaw in me. I do not care, but you've all been given fair warning about that. So just please respect how serious I take the sports and how much it truly weighs on my mental health. And don't be a dick. That's all I'm asking.
Also, if you speak ill of the gingerbread man, that also gets you.
He's dead, unfortunately.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he
Darn.
died.
Well, gone too soon. R.I.P. once again to the gingerbread man. Do we have to have a funeral again?
No, I mean, he kind of like SB3 put a hit out on him, and did you not? No, I mean it wasn't alleged. It was very blatant.
Oh,
did you not see the photos from yesterday?
No, I must have missed it.
See, the gingerbread man is completely dead.
Oh.
I think Shrek and Donkey got to him.
Yep.
Yeah. It didn't turn out all that well for old Gingy, unfortunately. Yeah.
I'd say it's sad, but it's really not. We've done some pretty stupid bits on this show. This might be up there with one of the dumbest.
It only lasted. I mean, it was a good 4-day adventure. All right, I'm gonna do ITW Unreal on the gingerbread man.
It was more than that.
No, it wasn't. It was 4 days. I got the suit on Monday.
Yeah, but
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days.
The whole saga started with the gingerbread man story and the reporting, so it's been over a week.
Okay, but this bit was 4 days.
Yeah, but the bit was still how much you enjoyed the gingerbread man. Like that's when that was the genesis of the bit.
Okay, but the genesis of the bit was also the funeral, and
which was also a week ago.
But I didn't get to talk about the funeral until Monday when I had the gingerbread man costume.
Yeah, but we knew there was a funeral coming, so we had spoken about the funeral itself.
All right, well, the actual bit was 4 days.
I disagree with that. Agree to disagree. As the
Joel, you got to listen to a Drake song today, so you need to I don't know if you're in like a bad mood or you're just preparing.
I'm in an exhausted mood. I don't want to listen to Drake. I don't need to listen to the guy who threw more money at the wall in publicity than he did on his music. And then he's like, oh, I got 3 albums. It's like, you spent 3 years sitting around doing nothing. And this is what you're going to do? You're going to drop 3 albums and 50% of it's going to be about, oh, I got this. You took him to court. You're a loser. Just get over it.
Well, you're going to have to listen to one of the songs.
I'd rather eat my own child.
Well, well, that sounds harsh. That's called cannibalism, brother.
I know what it is. I know what it is, and I know where my boundaries lie.
Okay. Everyone who, I don't know if anybody's listened to it's 3 albums. I've not listened to all of them because it's a lot to listen to. I've listened to Iceman because that's apparently the album that is the actual like rapping album. The other 2 albums are like more R&B dance stuff, and I like some of those songs that he does, but they don't like do anything for me. Iceman was So it's all the same song as as my wife keeps saying. So I listened to it this morning, and every time she came in the room, I was like, she's like, "Are you listening to the same song?" I was like, "No, like it's a different song." She's like, "It sounds the exact same." I was like, "Yeah, I get it, I get it." I didn't like hate the album. It was a lot of the same though, and I think it's like 16 tracks, no, Iceman's 18 tracks. Yeah, like that could have been cut, and then there's still 2 more albums. But he could have cut that down, and so much of it is like, all right, dude, you're still talking about this stuff like that happened 2 years ago when everyone's saying like Kendrick can't move on, and like here he is 2 years later talking about stuff.
Kendrick can't move on. Yeah, the guy who had the pop out, the guy who went out and did the Super Bowl, the guy who had, a giant stadium selling concert tour. And what did Drake do? Drake ran off to Australia and could barely fill the rooms there. Like, what are we talking about here? Kendrick can't move on. Listen, y'all know that I'm not the biggest hip hop, rap, R&B guy, but at least I know when one guy got beat so bad he had to go literally to the other side of the world where he couldn't do the job, and then come back and then hide himself in a studio and make little publicity stunts so that the city would actually care about him. The city of Toronto was just like, "Oh, Drake, he's brought so much to the economy." Someone released a potential of 2019 Drake bringing in 8.8 billion in tourism to the country or to the city. He's like, who could possibly care in 2019? You know what else brought in people in 2019? The Toronto Raptors, because they won the fucking NBA championship. What are you talking about? Drake did it. Drake did. Anyway, point of all this being, Drake just sat in a room for 4 years and contemplated his fucking comeback tour. And you know what he did instead? "I'm going to go to City Hall and film a video here." Wow, City Hall, Toronto, such a big deal. I can go to City Hall right now. You know what I can do? I get my marriage annulled or divorced, whatever, and then get remarried on the
Jesus.
I'm just thinking of things I could legally do right
You're
now.
talking about eating your child and getting divorced today. Are you okay?
Not at all. I am not okay. And then after that, it's like, "Oh, we got the CN Tower," and he lit it up all in ice. And it's like, yeah, because this album is ice cold, and not in the good way. Not like, man, these bars are cold. No, it's ice cold, just like anyone's interest in Drake in 2026 after this beef. Come on, man. If you ride for Drake, that's great. I hope you enjoyed the album. But I can tell you right now, this man threw more publicity at the wall and didn't tell you a goddamn thing about the music. And you know what that means to me as an artist? It means that you don't stand by your craft as an artist. The number one thing you're supposed to do, you don't care about what you're doing. You care about the eyes on your product. And then afterwards, you're not going to stand on your business. You put it out there, which clearly he just put out quantity over quality, because he decided that I'm going to put out 3 albums. And you just said it yourself. You could have cut down a bunch of these tracks on one of the albums. Now you got 2 more you got to talk about. What are we doing?
I think Drake fans, between Jensen last night on the Cena Classic and you this morning on Drake, I've just had to listen to you guys air some grievances, which is hilarious to me. But Jensen last night was on one on the Cena Classic, and you were currently on one about Drake. I think Drake fans are probably satisfied with all this. I know Jose's in the chat, and he's a Drake fan. And he said, if you enjoyed the album, Jose, like more power to you. I think Drake fans are probably satisfied, because this is what they've kind of just like wanted, right? Is they just wanted new music.
Yeah, shut up and put out new music. That's all they wanted.
Yeah, well, he's given plenty of new music here, so like I don't feel like they're gonna complain about that. I mean, Drake, for better or worse, I don't know. Probably worse in the eyes of like casuals. He's just always gonna be judged now on the battle, and he lost the battle, and so everything he does is going to be kind of viewed through that lens and not the lens of kind of pre-battle stuff. And I'm not saying like it's unfair to him, like he's the one saying drop like he's singing Tiffany's theme, but that he's brought that upon himself, and so everything he puts out is just going to be judged on that. And then when you do an entire album basically referencing the battle and all the people who have wronged you and everything. Like, it's not exactly going to go away off of that. Like, the whole Iceman album literally is like, this is basically the stuff that he, like, it felt like he wanted to say 2 years ago, but he ain't good enough pen wise to like turn that shit around as quickly as the stuff in the battle needed to be turned around. And so now he's got with his ghostwriters for the last 2 years, and they gave him enough material to where he put out like a fine album. Like, I don't mind the Iceman album. Is it something I'm gonna like listen to over and over again? No, but I'm not like that big of a Drake fan. Like, I enjoy some of his songs, but he's not an artist that's like heavy in my rotation or anything. But I don't think it's like an overall bad album. No, as I say, my thing is people wanted him to rap, and he did that. Got stuff off his chest while people danced on his grave for 2. Yeah, like, I'm not mad at that. And again, that's why I don't like fully mind the album. The part that just gets me is like, and it's not Drake saying that, like, hey, move on. Although he kind of alludes to like everybody just move on. But, you know, his fans are like, oh, Kendrick fans can't move on, and Kendrick can't move on. And then Drake releases this album, which is the ultimate I'm not moving on album. You know, because Drake fans are like, when Kendrick released GNX, everyone was like, oh, he's got to diss Drake just to get views off of GNX. Oh, he's going on this tour because of the Drake battle. And, like, he's doing all of this just because he was able to diss Drake. Why can't he just move on and make his own music? And, again, Drake comes back with this, which he ain't moving on.
No, man. He's scorned girlfriend mentality. What was the 1 a.m. in Albany? Remember what I said about that?
Yeah, that's not the actual name of the song, though. It's actually, that's Make Them Remember.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, the 1A, that's the name of the song on the album. I don't know why it was called 1 a.m. in Albany. Maybe that was the leak
title.
Yeah, but the name on the actual album is called Make Them Remember.
Yeah, which makes my point even worse. Makes it sound like it's a scorned girlfriend who put the AirTag in the ex-boyfriend's bag before she kicked him out, and now she's looking up the AirTag, and it's 1 a.m. in Albany, and she can't sleep, and he's in Albany, and she's not. Like, just
I'll invite Phil on. Somebody said bring Phil on. I'll invite Phil on. I don't want to step on too much of his like Rhapsody material.
I feel like they're going to talk about it quite at length on Rhapsody.
Yeah, but I mean, if Phil wants to, you know, give quicker thoughts on this, then I'll invite him on, see if he's around. We like Phil, so
he's always welcome here.
Yeah, I'll send him a message. All right, so everybody who has or hasn't listened, Jose, what song do you think Joel should listen to? As the resident Drake fan,
I will take Jose's recommendation on this.
Okay, somebody said plot twist. I don't remember who said plot twist, but somebody said plot twist. So we have one vote.
Not that I would take twist, but I'll take it.
I don't really know what song to like have you listen to. I was just gonna make you listen to The Longest, just because that's funny to me.
You would,
but I think that's the former 1 a.m. in Albany song. Make Them Remember. That's the longest track. So. Yeah, that was the funny part to me. My wife says there's only one song. It's not like he has a choice. Every time she came in the room when I was listening to it, she's like, "Why are you listening to the same song?" I was like, "It's not. It's a different song." She's like, "No, it's not. It's definitely not." Too Hard for the Radio. Is that on Iceman? Was that? Yeah, it's on Iceman. I don't remember all the track names. That song is too short, Jose. It's only 3 minutes. We need Joel to
it's a radio
suffer
track.
For longer.
3 minutes is a radio track. 3:30, is that how long it is?
Yeah, no, 3:03. It's not even 3:30. Yeah,
that's perfect radio single time.
All right, so Jose says Too Hard for the Radio. Some people said Ran to Atlanta. Yeah, there's a song called Ran to Atlanta, and Future is on it. All right, let me send this message to Phil. Phil, if you would like to join us to talk about Drake album, people are asking for you because we're talking about it. Joel is a hater.
Well,
Wait, well, I'm just saying Joel is a big Drake hater. Am I lying?
I mean, he does know this. That's true. He does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Phil's aware of my Drake feelings. Overbooked too hard for the IWC. Well, depends who you're talking to. I mean, we certainly don't have, NXT storylines play out on our show, but whatever. It's okay. We never will.
Who is NXT storylines play out? Is it Busted Open?
Yeah. Jada showed up when Natty was on Busted Open, and they
did she? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to Busted Open.
Gotta keep your partner.
Now we create our own storylines, like the Gingerbread Man.
That's right. Where's
All right, let me.
go ahead. Where's Lil Yachty to join us in the future for this?
I'd like to have Lil Yachty on here. That'd be fun. Is Phil awake? It's 9:30 over there.
That's not too bad. Phil's also, I'm pretty sure, pretty early riser. Actually, I don't have any confirmation that Phil actually sleeps.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's very fair. That's fair.
Phil and Andrew Thompson. Those are two people whose sleep schedules I cannot get on.
Yeah. All right, do all the thumbs up and all that stuff, because I'm going to do ITW Unreal and get myself in trouble.
Yes, let's do that. While you're here, leave a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't already, we'll hear some fireworks for you. Hey, right on cue. And while you're at it, if you're going to drop a super chat, we appreciate it. It's always our favorite way to support the creators on this channel, because we're here 5 days a week. Jeremy, myself, and SP3 in some configuration. But the spotlight ran last night with Jeremy and Steven Jensen. They had Cole Radrick on. They had
bitch.
He was on for a while with y'all too.
He's on for an hour, yeah.
Good for him. And who was the other? Is Kyle
Peterson.
Yeah, Kyle Peterson talking about wrestling figures and all the stuff going on with Jazzwares. And I saw you guys talk about Powertown for a little bit. I thought that was a very fun and interesting conversation. JPJ and Collins are coast to coast on Sundays. And we're here 5 days a week doing In the Weeds, our morning show for y'all. So go ahead, leave a super chat for them and for us. And also you can subscribe to the channel to figure out that we are going to be live almost every single day, sometimes more than once a day. So support us that way, would you? All right. We did have a super chat from Valo. It said, ran to Atlanta, 1 a.m. in Albany, bum-ass clowns, ass victim mentality. Now it was dog water loser behavior. Make music, I can dance to dumbass.
Apparently they like
dumbass.
What's that?
So the phrasing was make music I can dance to, comma, dumbass. He was calling Drake a dumbass, and I read it improperly. But yes.
Apparently one of the albums is like a dance album. The album with like his mom on the cover, that the title track is called Ho Face. So
did Keith Jardine write that one? Talk about that in a little bit.
I saw Keith Jardine was on TNA last night. I was like, nobody knows who the hell Keith Jardine is.
He's
Breaking Bad star Keith Jardine.
He's lean, he's mean, and he'll tank your entire scene.
The dean of mean, Keith Jardine, baby. He actually beat a guy named Iceman. Well, nicknamed Iceman. He beat him by decision. So yeah. Drake put his mom on one of the album covers, and then the first track on the album cover is called Ho Face. I was like, what are we doing here?
He meant well.
What's that?
I'm sure he meant well.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, the mom album is the dance album. Yeah.
We also got another super chat from Anthony Cruz saying, always love you guys, Synergy. You guys are dope. Thank you so much. We appreciate the love and the support. We try to be honest, and we try to have fun. And
I mean, we have fun. Honesty, I don't know.
Well, honest about the things we talk about.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. I have like a couple of poll questions. I don't know which one to like fully go with here. So one of mine was TNA centric, and that feels like dumb to go with something.
Giving TNA the lead in anything is pretty dumb.
Yeah. So, but I was gonna go with a more disappointing moment of Leon Slater losing, Steve Macklin not showing up, or Fabian Aichner appearing.
Give him the fourth. Give him Drake's new album.
No, it's from TNA. Like, Drake has nothing to do with TNA. No, it was going to be TNA specific. I was going to do a Drake specific one of favorite Drake album and list all three, but then also the fourth option was going to be not listening. But I figured like not listening was easily going to win that. I was going to go with a Blake Christian specific one of should Blake Christian win tonight? win the ROH World Championship. It was going to be either that one or who do you want to win more, Blake Christian or Billy Starks, since they're both we're gonna call them ITW pals at this point. I mean, Billy certainly is. So I was gonna go.
Blake knows what we're trying to do for him.
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna. Those were kind of my options for the poll questions, but I don't know if I like any of them, but I don't like a lot of stuff that I do. So I don't know if in poll who failed more, TNA or Drake.
There it is.
That seems mean. Val says he has a poll question for TNA. All right, what's your poll question? For
you didn't
TNA?
put it in the Discord, did you?
Did who?
No,
me? I don't go on.
No, it's fine. I was making sure he did not put it there.
Okay.
We're talking about WSW in our Discord for some reason in our channel.
Buddy Matthews is back.
Yeah, Buddy Matthews showed up. Killer Cross won the title there. It basically, apparently, all of the Aussie talent lost on the Aussie show.
Fair.
Fantastic. It was my question. What was your question?
What was your question?
Repeat
Vol's question.
Oh, the next message.
Oh, just put it in here. What the hell?
What the hell?
Why are we going around? Is maintaining Austin Aries' legacy really worth it? Yeah, that was. I thought Leon was gonna win
let's wait on that. Let's wait on that.
All right, fine.
Let's do the poll, and then you can do the Unreal, and then we can uncork our TNA.
I don't know what poll I'm gonna do though. That's the thing.
I did just do the most disappointing moment from TNA.
All right.
May as well just stick with the top one.
Most TNA disappointing. All right. Do you want a fourth option here? So I was gonna go Leon losing. Macklin not live, since Deanna commented that I wish I could have seen Macklin live.
Good
Fabian
on her, man. Good on
Fabian
her.
Aichner.
Main event Fabian Aichner.
Yeah. Do you have a fourth option from the show last night? Keith Jardine.
6-minute world title contender battle royal.
Yeah, I was like, why is this show so short? What's happening?
Terrible. Again, they can't pace these live shows for worth a damn.
Is that the fourth option? A 6-minute battle royal?
Yeah, you could probably go with that. I mean, there are other bigger issues that people will go with instead.
The Zaya Brookside and Li Ying Lee segment.
Then at least it wasn't as bad as the last.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's better than the last one, but
low bar.
The bar is being discovered by James Cameron right now, so it's not exactly too high up there. All right, but we'll go 6-minute battle royal. All right, there's the poll question. Everybody can vote. Get your votes in there. Okay. Yeah, Buddy Matthews is not actually cleared. He's not cleared until October, but at least he's back. You know.
And did a curb stomp.
Yeah, he did do a curb stomp too on the ankle. And he's like, but I'm not cleared. I'm like, okay, sure. Okay, so ITW Unreal on the gingerbread man. I should probably bring on SP3 for this. Maybe it'll pop up in the chat, but he knows about this. This would not be breaking news to him. So Joel knows a portion of this. He didn't know the whole thing of this. After the funeral segment on last Friday, I was like, can I get a gingerbread man costume in time by Monday? And sure enough, I got the gingerbread onesie that got here on Sunday. Everyone saw it on Monday. And then SP3 completely hated it, which was hilarious to me. I think it was Wednesday. So it was like Wednesday, and I had this idea to basically pay this all off instead of just like doing the gingerbread man bit, because I like to do things that like actually maybe somewhat go somewhere if they're this silly. And so I wanted to kill the gingerbread man. And I thought about the way to do this was SP3. So here's how this started. Here's how a lot of my ideas start. It is very much like Triple H saying he has the GPS and he puts in a destination and then we get there how we get there. My destination point was Gingy side. That was the only term that I had, was Gingy side. And I wanted to just get to there. And like my visual that I had was the gingerbread man who like laid out because he like drank himself to death, drank milk. He drank milk to death. And then I spiraled from there, and I was like, oh, what if he kills himself because SP3 was so mean to him, and so that's how we get this. And then I ran this all by my wife, who is basically my filter on all of this, and she's like, you can't have SP3 be the reason for the gingerbread man committing suicide. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's a good point, but I still feel like this is a good idea on this. And she's like, no, you can't have the gingerbread man commit suicide because SP3 was mean to him and ignored him. That's not good optics. Like, that's not a nice thing to do. And I'm like, yeah, all right, fair enough. I can't do that. And then so I came up with the idea of like, all right, I still want to kill him, but how do I do it to where SP3 is still involved and like I still get the visual of like the milk and everything. That's really all I cared about, was how do I have the visual of the milk there. Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, optics are fuck if you go through with that. Yes, that's why I didn't go through with this. Again, this is how my brain works though. I have an idea, I gotta filter it, typically through my wife, and she tells me, yeah, that's really dumb, you need to figure out a better idea on this. I was like, yeah, that's true. So then I was like, okay, what if we do like there's like a hit out on him, or like I had to get SP3 like being involved in the murder in some way, because SP3 hated the gingerbread man stuff so much. So I had to get that involved in some way. So that's when I did the idea of, all right, SP3, we're gonna do like you do like a hit on the gingerbread man. And I think it was my wife who came up with the Shrek and Donkey idea as well. Like, you can have Shrek and Donkey with you. I was like, oh, that's good, because then when SP3 says he will do the hit, he will do the hit, it'll be Shrek and Donkey who actually like carries it out. They will be the people who take SP3 up on the offer on that. But I had to heal the gingerbread man. Not like heal, HEEL, because to me, in my stupid brain, I'm thinking like SP3 looks like the bad person here, and maybe people think he's the good person because no one likes the gingerbread man. But I don't think the gingerbread man did anything wrong. He just showed up. He's happy. He's having fun, right? You know, he was doing dances on Monday, doing different taunts and everything. Kind of did a Hitler taunt at one point. That was a little off-putting, but
you know, he there.
He was just doing taunts. So I didn't think that like the gingerbread man did anything wrong. So I thought SP3 looked like the heel of, why is he putting a hit out? Why is he putting a hit out on the gingerbread man just because he doesn't like him? And I didn't want to heal SP3, even though I'm sure a lot of people in the chat just agreed and was like, oh yeah, SP3 is probably on the right for this. But that's when I came up with the idea of gingerbread man was going to take his job and take our job and take this show over, because that I thought healed the gingerbread man enough to where, all right, now people are on SP3. Like, all right, SP3 is justified for putting this hit out, because before I didn't think there was any real justification for it. Like, it's just like, he's just having fun. Why are you trying to kill this dude that is just like out here living his best life? So I had to give a justified reason for like this hit being put out, and that's when I came up with the whole take the job thing. And SP3 carried it out very brilliantly with everything. We don't talk about any of this stuff, by the way. Joel will tell you, I send like a message and be like, hey, here's my idea, can we do this? And SP3's like, yes. And then we get on the show and we just do it, you know, and then whatever happens after that happens. And then we set up the whole thing, and my wife got me the ginger snap cookies so I could kind of be in on like the hit, because he was coming for my job as well. And I had the milk to drink, and I got the visual that I cared about, which was they drowned the gingerbread man in milk and turned him into ginger snaps. It was my grandiose idea for all of that. And it's still kind of gingicide, because gingicide could work as homicide. It doesn't have to just be suicide. Yeah. So that is how all of that came together. And it all came together because I'm just returning this gingerbread man onesie because I have no use for it after this. So I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna return it, I gotta like kill off the character. It can't just like disappear. So I'm gonna return it, and that's why I wanted to kill off the whole character. Yeah, my original idea was not well thought through, even though I thought it was good. My wife had to filter me out a little bit, and that was how we got to the end point that we got to with everything. So thanks everybody for coming to my TED Talk on that.
Tuesday at 4:30, Jeremy sends us a message saying, I have a stupid idea. How do you feel about putting it on the Gingerbread Man SP3? Which my reply was, your med's kicking in over there.
Yeah, because I was really sick on Tuesday. Right. Yeah, I was not feeling well on Tuesday.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing because you explained it, but yeah, that is what happened, and we did it.
This is legitimate. Like, I have like, so when SP3 was telling yesterday of like, and Jeremy like thinks these things through, is like, yes, like I had to think through of like, how do I heal the gingerbread man? Like I want some logic and some explanation into this. I know it might not seem like that a lot of times on this show, but I also don't think we're given as much credit as we probably deserve for some of this stuff, as far as like how much thought gets put into it, and how much thought gets put into like actually making things make sense when it comes to this. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it still is not good or anything. But like, I do put a lot of thought, probably more than I should, into this kind of stuff, because like I do want it to make sense. I do want it to be logical, and I do want to have like an explanation. If people are like, oh, well, why did you do this? Well, here was my thought process through this. And look, maybe it doesn't work, maybe it does, but like I do have like an actual process through this, and you know, my process isn't always good. My process is legitimately getting the GPS. Is like I see a visual, or I have like a word or something that I want to do, and then I figure it out from there. Like the whole jumping off the house thing is like, all right, I want to do this. How do I like tie all of this together? It's like, oh, it's Halloween. I'll do Jeff Hardy because I said we were going to do the Jeff Hardy thing. And so that's how I just eventually tied all that together. Like I do have a process. My wife will tell you I'm very particular on some of this stuff. Like the Mr. Elegance video, like I was redoing shots and everything. This was not something of like, oh, let's just go out here and do some silly shit and then I'll piece it together. It's like, I'm like, I'll like rewatch it and be like, nope, I don't like that. I didn't get like enough mud on my face on this, so we got to redo this shot and everything. Like I'm very particular about this stuff. Like I do put a lot of thought into it to make sure like it comes out kind of how I want it to come out. Again, sometimes it's not always good, and I think people know most of the shit's like campy and silly anyway, so I don't think they're holding me to a super high standard, but I kind of hold myself to a high standard on this. And this is very factual. She does deserve the most credit. Like she's always been the filter of like, what if you do this instead of this, and then we just kind of brainstorm on those things.
Just an amazing few days for us, let me tell you. From multiple days of yelling to regicide or gingicide.
Gingicide.
With a side of milk. Cause is saying SP3 pulling up the Gingy funeral dressed like Dylan Brooks.
That would actually be hilarious.
Oh God.
Dylan Brooks was iced out for Game 4. I mean, I guess he had a lot of time to just buy that jewelry and make sure it was all custom made and everything. But yeah, he was very iced out for all of that. All right, Joel, you got to listen to a Drake song now.
Oh, we're doing this now?
Wrestling. Yeah. Let's. Do we want to do it now, or do we want to do it into the show?
Probably towards the end of the show. Not because
okay.
Put it off, but more because like we'll taper off after we do all of our other stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Try to give my thoughts. I can't go too long today because my kid's home and yeah, the whole
fair. Man, like this is why like I just want like I want the pencil somewhere. I don't know. It probably would not be any good, but like if I actually did have an outlet where I could, use more things than basically what my kids have lying around, like I don't know if it'd be better or worse, but it would certainly be something. Some company needs to give me the pencil. Oh, I told this yesterday, but I don't know if you saw it, Joel, because I teased it, like mentioning it on air here, but I said I was going to save it for Spotlight when Cole was on. Cole pitched me doing a wrestling match.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
And he had no recollection of doing this because, he had no recollection of doing this. So this was 2 years ago after I went to the Smitty, and he messages me like late at night, and he's like, what if next year we do me and Trevor Outlaw against you? Or no, sorry. Me against you and Trevor Outlaw. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm pretty sure the first thing I said is I read this to my wife, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he's on something right now. I'm pretty sure he's feeling really good and is like, let me bullshit with Jeremy here. But that was his pitch, is him against me and Trevor Outlaw. And I was just like, dude, I'm not a wrestler. Like, I have no training. Like, Sean, bless him, like, he's actually trained. He does all this stuff. Like, good on Sean. Like, I've done none of this. Like, I'm cool with, like, doing a silly bit and doing something fun and hokey on that. But, like, I can't do an actual match. That would be a disaster for all of this. Yeah, look, if Sean wants to do literally all of the work while I stand there on the apron and that's it, then cool, we can do that. But I'm not taking a bump. I don't that's gonna kill me. Taking like my first bump ever at 38. I think I'm 38. I don't remember how old I am.
Yeah, I'm turning.
I think I'm 37 now. I'll be 38 in September.
Be 38.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, like that's gonna destroy me. Like, I'm not calloused or anything for that. No, I would never do any type of like legitimate wrestling match because I don't want to be disrespectful to people who like actually do this kind of stuff. Like I don't want to, like, I would be embarrassing out there. I would do like a valet thing, like a manager thing where I don't have to like do anything. I just like kind of be around ringside and like yell at somebody. Like I could do that. I would take like a punch and bump off of that. Like I would do something like fun in that way. There's no way in the world I would do like an actual type of match. But yeah, that was Cole's pitch, was to do a match. And I'm like, does Trevor know about this? Like, does he know what he's getting into? Because I don't think he wants. And Trevor, like, I don't want to blow up Trevor's spot, but Trevor's like a good dude, and he'd be down for some kind of dumb shit like this. He's a great heel, but I don't think he would want to associate himself with such a thing.
Well, have you considered how old DDP was when he started wrestling? Oh, we have been pulled aside.
Yeah, DDP was old. DDP was also in much better shape than I am, and at least like trained and was like, kind of built for that kind of stuff. I am not built for
just go through the table. Just go through the table. That's all you need to do.
So like when I go to Paulcade, see, I'm not gonna like pitch myself to do anything because that's not me at all. Jelly Roll can be 41 and do all that. I'm not doing any type of any of that stuff. But when I go to Paulcade, again, I'm not gonna like pitch myself on anything. But obviously, our pal Steve's gonna be there, Sean's gonna be there, Cole's gonna be there. Like if they say something to where like, hey, do you want to like do this of like throw something or get hit by something, I'd be like, yeah, like I'll do like whatever. Like I don't think they will. They shouldn't if they're smart. But if they want to get me involved in some way, then I'd be like, all right, sure. But like I'm not important. I'm not gonna pretend like I am. You know, like Sean is Sean. Steve, bless him, he's like trained and everything, and he's over on Twitter. I'm not actually like important out here, so I would, yeah, that's I will pitch stuff. That's very fun for me. I don't want to like pitch stuff for other people and just pitch dumb ideas and do silly shit on this show, but I don't actually want to get involved in that way unless someone is like, hey, do you want to do this, and this being not me getting hurt.
I was going to say, it's like putting it through a table. Okay.
I'm not like terribly against going through a table.
There it is. Let's go. That's all you need to say. Cole, come back on the show. We'll pitch the spot and we'll make it happen.
I'm truthfully not. Like, my wife is definitely afraid of it, and I don't think she would be thrilled with it. But I think if there's like a safe way to do it, like, I'm not fully against it. I'd be putting a lot of trust into whoever's gonna do it, and like it would have to be. I don't know if I want Cole doing it to me. He jumped off the balcony and missed the person, and he nearly killed himself. So I don't know if that's gonna, like, you know, it'd have to be somebody that like I know and trust to kind of do it. And I don't even know how like to do it like safely or anything. Like if I get like speared through a table, like how does that look? Like I don't know these things. I don't know the ins and outs of that kind of stuff. But I'm not like fully against it if it's done in like kind of a safe-ish manner. But I don't know what a safe-ish manner is. Like they would have to really kind of sell it to me and explain it to me of like, yeah, this will be okay. And again, it's got to be someone I like try. Like I would trust Cole to do it. If he could do it in a. So Sam Stackhouse, when he was on with us, and this is before he became a dick and aligned with KJ Orso, he was talking about like there's a safe way to do like a DVD through a table to where like you're just on the shoulders and like he's doing all of the work and like you don't really get hurt off of it. And like he kind of sold me on it. I don't know if, again, I fully I don't know if I would fully like trust the experience, but I understood where he was coming from on there. Macklin I would trust to do it. Macklin might legitimately try to hurt me, but I would trust him to do it. And my wife was like, I do not love this. And I was like, yeah, fair. Like I'll ask her through here. Like, would you trust Steve Macklin to put me through a table?
You can't trust Macklin. Who can you trust?
Yeah, like Macklin's obviously super professional too. But yeah, like Deanna I would trust. I don't know if Deanna again wants to like
she's too short for this for you.
Do you trust Steve Macklin to put me through a table?
I would trust Macklin in general.
Okay. We're on the right path here.
Right.
I don't love the table idea.
See, I feel like a table is just like better than like taking a bump in the ring though.
Cushions your fall somehow.
I feel like both of these are bad.
Yeah, I mean none of it's good, but would you trust Cole to put me through the table? I don't know if I trust Cole.
That's fair. AJ Francis would be good to put you through a table.
No, I don't know if AJ Francis would put me through a table.
Do a rap battle and end it with AJ Francis putting you through a table.
Why does it have to be a table? I don't know. I've worked myself into a shoot with the table thing. So what else am I going to go through?
We're years in the making on this.
I mean, I feel like I got to go through something. There's a better visual if I go through something. I don't want to get hit with like a kendo stick. I saw how like Sean got hit with that when Shaza hit him. That shit looked like it sucked. I don't want that to happen. That seems terrible.
So when we go there, am I going to have to like scope out what the least dangerous thing is for you to do?
Maybe. Cole's going to pitch some dumb shit to... Yeah, Steve might pitch some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I'm dumb enough to do all of these things. So none
true.
of this would be good.
Start a group chat with everybody. Like, what are you going to do to my husband?
See, like I don't want to be involved unless they like come up with it. I'm fine just like going to the show, watching the show, and then going home. Although apparently we're going out to dinner afterwards with everybody. Yeah, that's what Cole
Nice.
said last night. So, yeah, like I'm fine with just like that. But if they pitch something, I'm not gonna be smart enough to like turn it down. That's the problem. What if I get hit with glass?
No. That's an absolute no.
What about thumbtacks? I'm not doing that. I'm way too much of a coward to do any type of stuff like thumbtacks or things like that. See, table seems like the safest of options. Everyone goes to a table like every week on these shows. It doesn't seem that terrible.
What are we doing here?
He's gonna try to stare me down until I agree.
I know. No, I know how that works. No. Oh, a door? Go through a door? I don't know. I don't know if the doors are better or worse than the tables.
The doors are usually pretty cheap.
Yeah, we'll get one of those cardboard doors that Rampage Jackson tore up on The Ultimate Fighter.
There you
Should
go.
do that.
There you go.
That doesn't seem terrible.
We'll get you through something. How about that? We'll figure it.
We'll see. All right, so Macklin is trusted in this scenario.
All right, good.
Cole Roderick is trusted in this scenario.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, the table is like the classic bit. Like we've been talking about this for like 2 years now. So like it has to kind of be a table at this point.
There's a way to gimmick a table safely. You take out the rails, pre-cut it. It's okay. You do it.
Yeah, I want to not get hurt. That's all I care about. I don't want Sean to put me through a table. I don't trust Sean.
Fair. I don't think Sean trusts Sean to do that.
Yeah. He can't afford to lose me either. So
It's true.
that,
Maybe he think I can take care of you.
yeah, if something happens to me, it can't be on him. Like he'd be like, all right, well, if Cole hurts him, then that's on Cole. That's not on me. So I don't think Sean trusts himself to do it. Brody King, I would trust to do it. Brody King would probably be kind to me.
We'll figure it out. We've got some names.
God.
We got some names. You'll get your table spot yet. Mr. I'm not important suddenly trying to get himself put through a table.
I'm not. That's the thing is like I'm really not trying to get myself put through a table. I'm legitimately just saying like if the idea came up, like I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not going around and like pitching it. Again, it's not like I'm going to go to Paul Cade and be like, hey guys, I'm willing to go through a table. Who wants to put me through a table? Like, no, absolutely not. If Cole comes up to me and was like, hey, I got this idea to where we're going to do this, and this, and in the end, you're going to go through a table, like I would not be opposed to like listening to it and being like, okay, we can do this, but I'm not actively pitching myself to do this. That's dumb.
You should go to Girl Fight Wrestling and be like, there needs to be more men, and then all the women put you through a table.
I don't know. I don't trust Billy to put me through a table. Absolutely not.
There are other women on the show that could do it.
I don't. I mean, who am I trusting though? I'd like. There's obviously other women on the show,
Gabby's
but
on
like,
the show.
Who?
Gabby Forza, I think she's on the show.
I don't know her like that. Like,
Oh, well, I can get you to
okay.
well enough
Like,
to
it's got to be someone that like I decently know to do this. Like, I like Gabby. I think she's great, and she seems like a very nice person. Like professionally, I would trust her, but I also would prefer to just kind of know the person a little bit to where they're not gonna just like treat me like I'm some nobody type of person. Like, you know, like at least Macklin and Cole like friends with, so they're like, okay, I know this person, I know he has a wife and kids and everything, and like we're gonna, you know, be nice to him. Like I don't just trust a random person who has no idea who I am like that. As professional as they might be, I would just like to have an actual relationship with them.
Well, we'll get you there. Don't you worry.
See, that's why like Billy. Again, Billy's been on the show dozens of times. Like at least Billy knows who I am, and the same thing with like Deanna and everything. Like I would be okay. I would not trust Billy professionally because Billy's insane and Billy would not care. That's why
she's gonna want to like not.
Yeah, she's gonna want to do some dumb shit to me.
You just want to scoop slam. She's gonna want to do like a full on swanton fork.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't trust Billy. It's not that I don't trust her on a personal level. I trust her on a professional level as well. But Billy's also the type of person of like, let's just do some silly shit and some dumb shit, and it might hurt us, but we'll be okay later. And I'm like, no, Billy, that's not how I operate. You got them young bones. I do not have those young bones. Like I'm old and crippled almost. I can't be doing that shit.
Well, Ryan Lambert's got the right idea. Tommy Dreamer should be the guy to do it.
No, I don't trust him either.
Problem is, if you book Tommy Dreamer, you're gonna have to book him after that on your show. So that's just how it works. If he does a show where you get put through a table, then he's got to do our show, and I don't think Busted Open's going to be happy about that.
Nah.
Or TNA for that matter.
Nah.
Anyway, should we talk about it?
I mean, I don't want to, but you apparently do. So
I do, because I'm just done with the conversation about putting you through a table.
Okay, fair.
I feel like we've gone as far as this conversation can go until someone actually.
No, that's fair.
Anyway, TNA Live last night was a show. They did a whole lot and also found a way to upset their audience once again. It was one of the better presented episodes, I could say. There weren't as many issues from the truck, except for commentary completely dying during the Knockouts tag match for some reason. Halfway through the match, you didn't hear another word until they came back from the break. They lost complete audio from the commentary team. So other than that, I mean, production wise, they did the basic things that they need to do to actually make it work. And then there's the booking, and then there's the creative, speaking of Tommy Dreamer. And boy, once again, TNA proves that they don't and refuse to figure out how things should be working on their own territory. I don't even know where to start. All of these four options that we've listed are pretty good spots to go for. 6-minute Battle Royal opens the show. The winner of the Battle Royal, but who included Elijah, Bear, I could pull up my notes if I wanted, but basically a whole list of talent that had great opportunities. And by the way, they did not tell you when this world title match was going to be. They just told you for a future world title match. So they could have said it's for Slammiversary, but instead, if you open-ended it, then you could have at least gone with somebody younger. But no, the winner of the 6-minute Battle Royal was Eric Young, because it's 2005 and Eric's wanting the title, and he's going to come back as Super Eric. What are we doing? Jason Hotch was in that thing, stood out, got props from the interviewer backstage about it, and they're not going to do anything with that. They're just going to keep dangling the carrot in front of Hotch on TV, and nothing's going to come from it. They brought in Mustafa Saeed from this. Mustafa Saeed from ECW, if people remember the Gangsters.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
They brought him in. He did the whole, he's got the face covering, he's got the music, and he's doing the garbage can full of toys and and Tommy must have booked him, being like, let's help the brother because we're in California. And he probably said, he's going to get a great pop because he's known out here. No pop. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody gave a shit. He came in, and guess what? Immediately eliminated. I'm sure Tommy will be booked on one of Mustafa's shows in the next couple of months, and that'll be that. There was no rhyme or reason for it. And then you could have had Elijah. Again, the world title match was not for a specific time, and they thought Eric Young was the answer. And it seems like they're going towards Eric Young and Santana for the world title, probably at Slammiversary, in the most snore fest options available. And you just did it. That's chapter 1 of this story. I don't know if you have anything to add about the Battle Royal.
No.
And then later on, Santana comes out to cut a promo about this Eric Young stuff. The cleanse, by the way, is never coming. And
that's done.
That's done. To Eric Young, the cleanse was getting rid of Joe Hendry, who goes to WWE after the defeat, getting rid of Ricky Sosa, who has visa issues and can't get into the country, or maybe has finally been able to get in, but not yet. And now this thing with Santana. Oh, EC3, who came in for a cup of coffee, and God knows where he is. And now we're doing whatever this is with Santana. That's the cleanse. The cleanse of former TNA people and one new guy that just there is no guy. Santana, he comes out, cuts the promo, says, you and I at one point will have a match. And then out comes the Suat, Daria Ray. And she says, oh, speaking of people who haven't gotten their title matches, Steve Maclin never got his. Well, he's been cleared by TNA Medical. And I'm like, wow, it took them this long to get him cleared, hey? Good on TNA.
He announced he was cleared like a month ago. Yeah.
Sent Maclin a message afterwards on it's just saying like, congratulations getting cleared by medical, very important. And he's like, I won't tell you what happened after that. And then she's like, yeah,
well, you will. It'll just be off air.
It'll just be off the air. And so Maclin's getting a title match next week. Jeremy, normally when someone says, oh, when a bad guy's going to get a title shot next week given by the heel authority figure, what do you normally expect to happen after that?
The heel attacks the champion.
What do you think happened after that?
Santana stood in the ring and was like, this is fucking stupid.
Santino comes out and he talks about how proud he is about all of these new champions that I can be proud of. But meanwhile, he's mispronouncing everyone's name because he's trying to get his stupid bid over. So he doesn't really care about the champions that he's supposedly proud of. And then he starts to talk about his gimmick, stupid feud with Stax and Ariana Grace because he thinks that Stax is poisoning my baby girl's mind. And he's going to go have a match with her or some shit. Who knows? He's just talking. And Santana's in the ring looking like a complete idiot who's got a match against Steve Maclin. Yeah. And Maclin is nowhere to be found, and they're burying their champion. And the Suat's just like, I don't know why we're still talking. And then Santana's just like, I'm Puerto Rican, and I've heard better conversations like this in my own house, or better arguments in my own house. I'm like, what the you buried your champion because you needed Santino to get his bits off. And then he, by the way, in the same fucking promo, pardon my French, I hope my kid's not watching, he says, oh, and Indy Hartwell re-signed with TNA. And it's like, when did that news come out?
Just now.
Just then.
Yeah. Santino's a newsbreaker, brother.
What a dumb promo and comment. And just everything about it made no sense. And everything about it made Santana look dumb. And are they trying to make him look dumb before he leaves? Because now Santana's doing this thing where he's capping off his promos doing his catchphrases. Then that's very much like, where he's trying to go. Okay, and that's fine. If Santana's wrapping up and he's getting ready to go somewhere, maybe to New York, whatever it is, that's fine. That's fine. But now he's doing this whole like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and 1, 2, 3, I win. Sure, good for you. I hope that Santana gets a lot of money and does really, really well outside of TNA. But they buried it, and they didn't have Maclin there. And Maclin's there. Maclin is in Sacramento. Maclin is in
because
California, because he's got a match on the TV tapings.
Yeah.
Absolutely worthless. Absolutely waste of time, worthless.
Them just having Santana, their world champion, standing there while Daria and Santino argue for the 3 millionth time. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. You couldn't have there has to be a million better ways to do this. You couldn't have done that segment like backstage. Yeah, you couldn't have had Daria just come out, announce Maclin's getting his title shot. Maclin attacks Santana, stands tall, holds the title over his head, whatever, do all that. And then maybe go to commercial, and then Daria is still in the ring because she wants to keep talking. And then Santino comes out and confronts and talks and does his thing. And they argue then. I'm not saying this is good because it's still too much Daria and Santino arguing, and none of that is good. But at least you don't make your champion look like an idiot just standing there while these two bicker again. But hilarious that they did it. I thought this was just the funniest shit.
World champion means nothing in this company. Yeah, Lab Glass, I saw your comment on the review show, and it's yes, I get it. Joel hates everything. Joel hates what TNA does to its champions. Your Knockouts champion comes out and cuts the promos, does the thank you babyface promo, gets confronted by the girl that she's feuding with, and they don't have a match. They just tease a match, and she does a xenophobic thing, Zaya Brookside, where she's just like, oh, speak to your people in English. And it's like, oh, shit, whatever. There was just nothing good about that. But
it was better than
Mean
the last one.
Wait, let's talk about Keith Jardine coming out here trying to put over the movie that he's in, which apparently is very good. I've been told that the movie's actually quite entertaining. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch it. I like Jason Segel, so that's good. But yeah, so he comes out, and of course they couldn't get Jason Segel for this because that means Jason Segel would have to actually sit at a DNA show. couldn't do a cameo with him either. But either way, yeah, he's putting over the movie, and out come the Elegants, and they're trying to stomp all over Keith Jardine while Jardine's trying to put over the movie and talk about the dates when it comes out. And Iceman's just talking over it. And whatever they say doesn't even matter. It just ends with Jardine calling the Knockouts Tag Team Champions hoes. What are we doing?
I'm sure they gave Keith Jardine no direction. And Keith Jardine is an old school MMA fighter who, not surprising that he's just going to call them hoes. Like, that was the least surprising thing on this show. Seeing Keith Jardine, seeing Keith Jardine was surprising, but seeing Keith Jardine call them hoes, I was like, oh yeah, that fits what Keith Jardine wants to do. The funniest thing about all of this, always, is the E level celebrities that they get to sit ringside, and the Elegance brand confronts all of them. This is the most hilarious bit. Is like, hey, what D level AMC celebrity can we get today and who can sit ringside to be confronted by the Elegance brand? It sucks every single time, and they keep running it back, and that's hilarious to me.
It was Ryan Nemeth the first time. Now it's the Elegance. And nothing came of that, by the way. Security came and broke it up before anything could happen. They didn't finish the segment in any meaningful way.
Keith Jardine will have a match with his herky-jerky style.
Sure, who cares? And again, the Elegance is who could have, defended their Knockouts tag titles, but instead they had to do this spooky dooky Mila Moore, Victoria Crawford versus Ali and Rosemary match, which I swear to God, the winners better be getting a tag title shot out of this. But they couldn't have told you because commentary wasn't working for that entire match. Anyway, here we are. Then the main event, 2 out of 3 falls. Excellent match between Slater and Alexander. They do the pretty typical 2 out of 3 falls match where they do pretty quick first fall. Then they go to commercial. They come back
because this match started like 15 minutes left. I was like, this is gonna be a quick 2 out of 3 falls match.
I was keeping track of that, and then 6 minutes later, after Alexander beat down Slater, he gets the second pinfall, and then they do an extended sequence, and they get to the end of it, and they do a definitive win for Alexander. No one got involved, no system involvement, nothing. So it ended up with 2 lumbar checks after and a whole bunch of other stuff to get the win for Cedric Alexander. And Leon Slater does not pass go, does not collect $200, does not beat the record. Instead, he ties the record because for some reason this company likes Austin Aries, even though Austin Aries hasn't been on part of the company since 2018. I fail to see the reasoning for this. When I said it last night on the post show, you could have had a feather in your cap, because if you thought long term, which God forbid TNA ever do, you could have been the company right now that could say, we had the youngest X Division champion and longest reigning X Division champion, and look at him now. He's, let's say in 2 years, he's doing amazing work in, I don't know, WWE, AEW, pick your 3 letters, I don't care. You could have had that feather in your cap where he was your biggest X Division export in years. And instead, no, let's just tie the record. You could have given him 1 day and then had someone come out, like, I don't know, the guy that you trotted out at the end of the night, and had him cut a promo and do a match on another show and extend the record for a week and given it to Slater. But no, instead we're going to tie the record because this show and this booker needed to book for heat because he's an idiot. Because God forbid people go home happy And Cedric Alexander winning, I'm not upset about Cedric winning. I'm upset that they decided to do it in the dumbest of possible ways and thinking that this was the best way to do it with the heat, brother, the heat. But there's no heat on it. It was just making Cedric look like making what's his face? Making Leon Slater just look like an idiot. He got beat clean. And instead, there's your winner. Oh, and then, by the way, as the lights go off, they go off the air, but then they come back on the air because nobody told the truck that you're not going off the air yet. So they had the surprise, and the surprise was Fabian Aichner. And they try to put over as like this big, oh my God, he's here. Can I tell you people something? Chat, I need you to hear me very closely right now. Fabian Aichner has not wrestled a match since he was released from WWE in 2024. He has not been seen or heard from in any capacity in 2 years. And they brought this guy in like he's the second coming, and they think this is the biggest thing you could do. 2 years he has not been on any wrestling. He hasn't wrestled. I can't even say he hasn't been on TV. He has not wrestled. And they think this is the guy. They think this is the answer. They think this is a big deal. 2 years. He was jobbing out to Apollo Crews on SmackDown, the newly released Apollo Crews. And now they ridiculous. Go ahead.
Let me tell you how upset Joel was at this. I'm going to expose the staff chat here. This was very funny. So Luis, bless Luis, he's forever in timeout. But Luis was just excited about. He posts the screenshots in our staff chat that we can use as thumbnails for articles and stuff. So Luis is watching TNA, and he gets the screenshot of Aichner, and he just posts that, and he comments, well, this rules. Luis like loves everything for the most part. Like Luis is always like, oh, this rules, or if it's something not so good, he's like, oh, this sucks. But it's typically like, this is awesome, or like, the smallest things will pop in. So Luis is probably just like, he thought it rules that like, hey, cool, Fabian Aichner is in TNA, like good for Fabian Aichner. Joel replies, no, it doesn't. He hasn't wrestled, ! On it doesn't. He hasn't wrestled, all caps, in 2 years. They thought bringing him out at the end of the show after a heat-seeking title change was, all caps, ! It's fucking setting him up for failure.
And it is. Because
and Luis replies, oh, the execution sucked cheeks. Him being in TNA does rule, though.
Yeah, well, here's your spoiler alert. Maybe cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. His first match is against Edward Edwards, and it's a DQ finish.
Hell yeah.
Really putting Fabian Aichner right up for success, setting him up for success. He shows up, and immediately it's a disqualification. Can't give him a showcase match. Can't give him someone like, I don't know, Action Mike Jackson or 100 of the other under 30 jobbing talent you could have brought in. No, it's we're gonna go right to Edward Edwards. Oh, by the way, it's a DQ. Dumb.
You were so mad at Luis, who did nothing wrong.
Luis did everything wrong. You gotta
and you yelled at him over a TNA decision.
He needs to understand the failure. He needs to understand why it was dumb.
Luis is just happy that Fabian Aichner's in TNA.
Apparently, my child is apparently upset at me for yelling. So
fair, he should be.
Stupid. Taryn Terrell and ODB have wrestled more recently than Fabian Aichner. Well, up until last night.
Yeah, justice for Luis.
No.
Look, Fabian Aichner in TNA, like, sure. I was just like, all right, sure. Like you said, like, he hasn't wrestled in 2 years. His peak of like fame, quotes, was, I guess, during the pandemic when he was teaming with Kaiser and NXT. Like, that was kind of it, right? That was forever ago.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Giovanni Vinci was dead on arrival. And yeah, he hasn't been on TV or wrestled or done anything in 2 years. Like, and even like again, his peak was during the pandemic and on NXT when he was the third wheel of a group like that. That's that. It's not like he was, competing on WrestleMania or main eventing WrestleMania or even competing on any of the PLEs or the main roster for the most part. Like it was a very, and even in NXT is like, all right, he reached tag team levels. Like, okay, like cool. Like it's not like, I'm not trying to like fully downplay, his accomplishments or anything, but in the grand scope of WWE, like he didn't mean a whole lot to the company. So bringing him in here and making it like seem like it's something is like it's really not. Like I guess some of your audience knows him, but I also
last night
don't know. Yeah, I mean they did like it's like when the Righteous appeared, right? Like the Righteous appeared and everybody just chanted, "Who are you?" And like that was unfortunate for those guys. Like obviously we know the Righteous, but these guys that they're trying to present as like a big deal just like aren't in the grand scope of things. Like they're good wrestlers, they're good acts, but you can't present them as like these major stars when they're not, because they just haven't been at that level. And like, there's a balance there, right? Because like you don't also want to treat them like they're nobodies of like, oh yeah, we just got Fabian Aichner, like who could possibly care? But there's got to be just some awareness of what they do mean and what they do bring to the table on that. Like Nemeth was the right idea. Nemeth, again, guy who had done some shit. Even Cardona, guy who had done some shit. Like bringing them in and treating them like a big deal, no problem. Obviously the Hardys and stuff, like no problem with that. But when it's Fabian Aichner, it's just okay. He was
Black Glassing. How would you have him come in? You can literally do promos and introduce him just like they did with Ash by Elegance. You can literally have him show up after a match that's not the main event to beat down somebody. And it's like, who's that? Oh my God, that's Fabian Aichner. We haven't seen him wrestle in 2 years. There are better ways to do it than guy walks out and gets no reaction. Do not bring him out in front of a crowd if the crowd doesn't know who he is. It works with Nemeth because people knew who he was. It works with the Hardys because people knew who they are. It works with talent that actually have the exposure of main North American wrestling in main events. It doesn't work with a guy like Aichner where it's like, we're going to do the Marvel finish, the post-credits finish, and everyone's going to be so excited. Nobody's excited for him because nobody remembers or knows who he is because he's never been put in an important position in wrestling. There are ways to introduce characters in a meaningful way where they can build and grow. And if this is a redemption project for Fabian Aichner, you can work with that. But the way they did it was awful. You don't bring him in at the end of your show after the main event and pretend that he's the second coming. No, you build him up to be that guy if you're really serious about having him be that guy.
Yeah, I would just ran vignettes for him. That's it. Like I'm always of the belief like
he was having PTSD if you offered that one though.
True. Yeah, I'm always of the belief of like if you're trying to get a character over that is not really known, then just run vignettes for them and get them, because people are going to be like in the online reaction builds from the vignettes, right? Like you're not relying on like a crowd pop for anything like that. It's just, oh, we're going to run a vignette. Oh, the fans online are now excited because most of the online fans are going to know it. And then if the crowd who is there and everything, hopefully they see that and they'll get excited off of that. Because with the Righteous, like they ran like the vignette at like the end of the pre-show, and then they were just like on the show later in the night. Like that's not much of a build-up. You got to have like a couple of weeks of vignettes. But yeah, I'm always under the belief of like a good vignette just goes kind of a long way with that stuff.
just an amazing night of show, amazing night of television. I don't think I missed anything. Hardys are broken again. Good for them.
Their feud with the Righteous is never going to end.
The Righteous is going to win this one, and hopefully they just stop. Just stop. I don't mind the Righteous. I don't mind the Hardys. It's just I didn't want them to be doing this over the tag titles in the first place, and it's just been nonstop. It's just not worth it. I think the Hardys really see something in the Righteous that we're not seeing yet, and I hope that they get to that point, but it's just not. It's not good. It's not working, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen next? I'm afraid to ask. But like this, the world title stuff is just going to end with Nick Nemeth winning the title at Slammiversary, cashing in, and going back to being a heel. That's just all it's going to be. So that's where we are. I don't know if there's anything else in TNA that really needs to be solid because, god dang, it's so bad. The street fight was great. I will say that. AJ Francis and Casey Navarro had a really fun street fight. It was pretty simple. So there you go. Nemeth doesn't have the title. Santana does. Oh, he still has the cup though. Yes, Nick Nemeth still has the stupid call your shot gauntlet cup. He has 1 year to cash it in, so he could go all the way to Bound for Glory if they wanted it. But Santana's not going to be around that long. So here we are. Buddy, if you're sick of the complaining, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe they should book a better territory. I'm here to talk about it because that's my job, and they're not doing well, and they've lost people who are diehard TNA fans over this. They really have, and I'm not even one of those guys. But they have lost some very loud supporters over the last little while. Yeah.
I'm sick of the complaining too, Lab Glass. Joel needs to like
Shut
TNA more.
Shut up. Yeah, I'm going to like everything. We're going to fucking fiddle DD over here.
What?
Fiddle DD.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to be happy about everything. I'm going to pretend I'm going to wrestle joy my way over through it.
Yeah, as you should.
That's right. Maybe I'll be invited into more calls.
I think it's great that TNA is honoring the legacy of Austin Aries, and now Leon Slater gets to join in with that legacy, and they are on the same level, and that Leon Slater did not surpass Austin Aries because they are two all-time greats in the X division, and we should put more respect on the name of Austin Aries, and Leon Slater did not deserve to be the one to surpass him. And it's not even about deserving. It is now they're forever etched together. So when you think of the name Leon Slater, you will think of Austin Aries. And when you think of Austin Aries, you will think of Leon Slater. I think that was a brilliant call by TNA. I love that Fabian Aichner came in and is immediately treated like a big deal and is immediately put into a main event spot on the top of the show. I think that is great for everybody on the show. I love that the main story revolves around Santino and Daria Ray, and it's definitely going to pay off with a match because both of them are definitely wrestlers who are going to do the wrestling out there. And Mike Santana is paying attention to, the most important thing, which is the authority figures, because they run the show. Santana understands that even though he's the champion, there still has to be respect of the authority out there, and Santana just understands where he is and all of that. I think that is fantastic for everyone there.
I'll clip that and send it to Ross. God damn it.
ROH was good last night.
Yeah,
AR Fox and Nick Wayne. AR Fox getting the title, and then immediately Leo Rush is like tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, all right. I kind of think like Leo might win because
AR Fox is not allowed to win more than one match a year.
Yeah, I think that Leo might win that match. I mean, I knew the spoiler was coming. I knew AR Fox had won. I guess they didn't want Nick Wayne after he'd already missed like 7 months with an injury, now missing like another 3 months or 2 months doing Best of Super Juniors, and so they don't have the title on the show. So all right, fair. what else happened on the show? Zeta Steel qualified for the survival of the fittest.
She'll get pinned.
I think. Well, everybody in the match gets pinned, but one person. So it's an elimination match. So
Okay.
unless she's going to win, yeah, she will probably get pinned.
My bad.
Ace Austin and Lee Moriarty. After the conversation SP3 and I had yesterday, maybe Ace Austin wins this. I definitely don't think it makes a lot of sense if Will Ospreay is going to go 15 minutes with Ace Austin and then Lee Moriarty is going to beat him in like 13 minutes. That would be dumb as hell to me. So I could see Ace Austin actually winning the peer title tonight, because winning an ROH title means you are getting a gigantic push overall in the company. So I wouldn't rule that out. And maybe people aren't ruling that out, and I'm not giving a super hot take there. But
how long has Lee Moriarty been the pure champion?
Forever. Like, they don't change titles on ROH.
No, they don't. I mean, when they do, people are like, "Oh, they still have the title." He defeated Wheeler Yuta at Death Before Dishonor, July 26, 2024. This man has held the title longer than Fabian Aichner has not been wrestling.
Yeah, Moriarty, Athena, Bandito, like all of them have held these titles for a year. Bandito, I think, is the shortest reigning champion. I'm pretty sure he's had it for like 18 months.
What an amazing thing.
Yeah, they do not change titles in ROH. Yeah, Nick Wayne had the title forever, but he was injured.
He was out for most of it.
A good amount of that. So that's not like fully on him when it comes to how long the title reign was. That's why like it would kind of be surprising if AR Fox just like lost the title, but it also I mean, I don't know how much they really see in this Leo Rush stuff, but at some point, like, you probably got to give him a victory that's meaningful and not just some throwaway match on ROH.
658 days for Lee Moriarty.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Just a wild amount.
I think we could see a lot of title changes tonight. Again, Ace wouldn't shock me because I think that Tony does like him and he is being used on AEW TV. But then are you just going to put him in ROH, or are you just going to have the peer champion wrestle on AEW? Like, would you rather? This might be in the poll question. Would you rather be a champion in ROH, not the world champion, because Bandito actually does get on AEW television, but would you rather be a champion in ROH or a mid-card guy in AEW, like a low mid-card to mid-card guy? Like, basically, would you rather be Lee Moriarty or Ace Austin? Like, before tonight, before Ace Austin potentially wins the title, like, would you rather be mostly losing, winning maybe every now and again on like Collision and Dynamite, or would you rather be a champion for like 5 years?
I think I'd rather.
The pay's the same.
Pays the same? I'll be a champion.
Yeah, the pay's the same.
I'll be a champion for 5 years.
Okay. All right.
So I don't have to work as much, brother.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways.
You kidding me? I just had to go for TV tapings. It's a busy weekend, and there's a couple things here and there, but like I ain't going to TV every week and waiting on nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if Ace's style like fully translates to peer as well. And it does seem like they're setting up Josh Woods, and Josh Woods and Lee Moriarty makes the most sense if you're going to end Lee Moriarty's reign instead of some cold match against Ace Austin. Right. But then I just question of like, why is Ace Austin getting this and he's just going to lose to Lee Moriarty? And I swear to God, if he loses quicker than Ospreay beat him, I'm going to have an aneurysm on Monday's show or Tuesday's show. I'll wait till SB3 is on.
You know what would make people happy? You have Billy win, beat Athena.
I think Billy's going to win.
It should be. The college graduate done good, finally. Up until now, she was completely useless. But anyway, she wins the match. And what if Diamante beats Diana? And so both minions have titles.
Yeah.
And Athena doesn't. And these two kick her out of Ring of Honor. They beat her down so bad, they finally get all the heat on them. And they're two title holders, and we keep on going.
I'm not mad at that. I just don't know if they've put that much thought into all of this.
I don't think they have either, but who knows? Yeah. In terms of title changes, yeah, I can see the Women's World Championship changing I can see the world title, the men's world title changing, and like you said, the TV title maybe, because Lio Rush has put so much into this particular character that this is a way for them to kind of keep letting him explore it now as a champion. There could be some fun with that. NAR Fox doesn't get to have more than like 2-day title reigns anyway, so so yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I hope the world title changes. I truthfully, like, I don't think they're beating Bandito before like the Owen tournament and everything. It just feels, it doesn't seem like something they're gonna do. I mean, hopefully Christian wins, but Athena, like, losing in this manner kind of makes sense, but it also feels like, based on this reign, she should lose it in an actual one-on-one match and not like this multi-woman match here. Like, but if it comes down to her and Billy wins, then I'm less mad at it. Now, if she's eliminated like early in that way, then it's like, you really did this whole reign just to have her lose in this multi-woman match, and like whoever pins her gets over, but it doesn't feel like that should be the end of this reign. Like, I always think any type of long reign should just end in a one-on-one match, because that's what the person who wins deserves, and not like, oh, they won a triple threat match by pinning somebody else, or they won some multi-person match. Like, you know, when Tony's reign ended, Tony Storm, at least Statlander beat her, but it was just underwhelming that it was in like a multi-woman match and not a one-on-one match. And I know they ran it back and everything, but it's like, oh, like that's how Tony's reign ended after all of that, just a four-way match. It felt, again, it just felt a little like out of nowhere and underwhelming. And I don't want that for whoever wins the title, if somebody wins the title tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It should just be beat Athena, be done with it, move on, come on. That's it. Anyway, there's nothing else from Supercard that I'm super jazzed about. I mean, there's gonna, like, Nigel comes out of his, slumber for another match with Josh Woods in a pure rules match. Is this leading to another Nigel versus Ace Austin for the pure title? If Ace wins, I don't know. It's again, it'll be a fun show. I'm gonna check it out and watch that probably for most of tonight. But yeah, there's that. We should probably do thumbnail talk.
Okay.
Mick Foley, according to Sports Illustrated, there's interest from AEW in bringing him in. Foley's WWE Legends deal is supposedly up in June. That's what he said. Mick Foley did when he decided that he would not be renewing it in the future. And it looks like they would like to do something with Mick. Whether or not they've actually had conversations or whether or not there's some serious conversation ongoing is remaining to be seen. But Mick Foley could be coming in to do God knows what. Win the ROH Pure Championship. Mick Foley. Have a pure day.
Have a pure day.
A pure day. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Mick coming in. What would you like to see if they brought in Mick?
I mean, he's not gonna do like a match or anything. He should. You know what Mick should do? He should show up at 10 o'clock on Wednesday and say, I know people don't like when Collision and Dynamite are 3 hours on Wednesday, but we're gonna make people like it. We're gonna lower down the lights. We're gonna be a little bit more hardcore and gritty, and we're gonna introduce this new championship out here.
Right up there.
Because they need more titles in AEW.
All Elite 24/7 title.
Just they're gonna call it the Elite Championship. What are the rules? Who cares what the rules are? It's a fan vote. They're gonna get ahead of WWE with the fan voting out here.
And vote on myaew.com during the show.
They have the BTE title where they just like play stupid games.
Yes.
To win. I don't think that thing exists anymore, but that's what they should do for the third hour. Just like, hey, we're gonna play a round of paper football to win this championship here. Like, hell yeah. So that's what I would do with the Mick Foley debut.
I don't necessarily want to see Mick come in and be a what do you call it? what's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't
An
know.
authority figure. I don't want him to come
Okay.
and be an authority figure. I don't know what Mick would be good at. He's obviously not going to wrestle, although he's done spots in, the last little while, but nothing major. I just think that if you bring him in, you have him there for major announcements, or if he's going to maybe be somebody's either manager or have him walk people to the ring, like do something special with him for special occasions. I don't know who Mick would even fit with on the roster. I saw the King Potato saying debut Mick with New Day and call them the Nice Day, which is very funny. But other than that, like I don't know what Mick would seriously be useful for.
I mean, there's ways to like use Mick where like what is even they're interested in working with. Like, is it just a one-off? Like, it could very easily just be him backstage, like talking with Darby Allin before the Double or Nothing match, and that's it. Like, I'm not creating this expectation that Mick is gonna. I'm definitely not gonna create it of like he's gonna do this match or anything, but I'm not creating this expectation of he's gonna be around long term. He's gonna make the towns every single week. Like, I don't think he wants to do that. I could be wrong, but I don't know if he wants to be involved in that way. I legitimately just think he might show up once, do something backstage with Darby, maybe take some type of bump in some type of match, and that be that. Like, I don't think he's going to be an authority figure. I don't think he's going to show up to just like make important announcements. I think a lot of people are probably just going to overthink this of, they have interest in Mick. What's like the greatest role ever for Mick, when it's just going to be he's going to do one thing backstage and that's going to be his whole thing.
Santa Mick Foley coming in December for the New York shows. That would that'd be fun. Yeah, like I said, he for special appearances, Mick would be a lot of fun. Put him on commentary for certain matches if there's like a hardcore match, something that really speaks to Mick Foley's legacy in wrestling, then you can absolutely try that. But yeah, I don't know what is a good fit for Mick. I don't know what wrestler would fit with Mick. People were saying Darby Allin. It's like, we did Darby with Sting and that worked. You don't need it anymore. Darby became a whole new person and a whole new wrestler and a whole new presentation because of his time with Sting. He doesn't need a guy like Mick Foley to tell him things he already knows. So I don't know who he fits with that's on the roster right now that is in the same vein of a Darby Allin getting Sting.
They should just have Mick backstage. Brody King walks to the ring, and Mick is back there with a Fuck Ice shirt, and Brody King sees him. Brody King gives him a nod, and Mick gives him a thumbs up, and that's your Mick Foley appearance.
Mick Foley comes out every single week, and he starts the F Ice chants. He's got Brody King every week. He's Brody King's new manager, and he's just there to do the F Ice chants. That's it.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
And we don't have to like overthink this as far as what Mick Foley is going to do out here. If he does anything, I think it's going to be rather simple. Like, maybe he does something with talking to Swerve. Swerve is, he's of that ilk to where, he's the most dangerous. So him talking with Mick would make some sense as far as the lengths he might be willing to go to, type of thing. So there's people on the roster that he could interact with in some way that would make sense. I don't think we got to overthink it of, Mark Briscoe's a good shout. I don't think we got to overthink it of like, Mick's going to be around weekly and like there's going to be this role for him. It's like, probably not. It's going to be one or two things.
I got it. He's going to confront Mox. We're going right back to it. The Dean Ambrose Mick Foley story.
Yeah, I've seen people say that. Yeah.
2016, he's going to confront Moxley, not for a match. He's going to be like, what happened to you? You used to be hardcore.
I mean, Moxley still kind of is, though.
I know. I would like to see their interaction. That would be very funny. Yeah, people are talking about, something with MJF, and I wouldn't want Foley to be a heel coming into AEW. That would feel a little weird, but he should be the one who shaves MJF's head.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be like a heel. It could just be, again, like a Double or Nothing backstage and MJF walking to the ring or walking around and he just sees Mick and he wants to make fun of Mick. And he's like, oh, of course they brought you out here to New York and type of thing. Like, aren't you Long Island? Like, aren't we supposed to stick together? And Mick just talks about him, of all of his insecurities, and like looking forward to see you going bald tonight, like something like that. Again, this is very haphazardly me throwing out ideas, but it doesn't have to be like a heel thing with MJF. It could just be a backstage thing with it, or maybe it's an in-ring thing with MJF. I don't know, but it feels like if you got him, you'd probably want him to like make an appearance in front of the crowd, so it's not a backstage thing. But I don't think it's gonna be like, we gotta figure out this role for Mick Foley. You just bring in Mick Foley.
I like this. He's the fourth sister of Sin.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Him and Tekla just calling people toxic the whole time.
Him and Tekla would actually rule.
It'd be very funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else on Mick, but it was just an interesting idea coming from SI. And if the talks go further and he ends up coming in, I mean, I'm interested. I don't think he has to do much. I just think he has to do enough to get people watching AEW. It's not too hard if you're Mick Foley. And
Mick is a guy who can play like a variety of roles too, right? Like if you want him to interact with your serious people, and you're the people like Swerve and Darby and Brody, or even in MJF, depending on kind of how you're gonna play that. Like you could easily do that. If you want him to interact with like Orange Cassidy and the conglomeration and all those guys, like you can easily do that. Like Mick is someone who has that cachet and range to where, again, there are so many like different things you can do with him that is just kind of hokey or serious stuff, whether it's in front of the crowd or backstage, to where it works. That again doesn't have to be like some type of weekly role for him or even monthly role for him.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do. We got a super chat earlier from Anthony Cruz I was sitting on. Pick one female actor and one male actor who could cut some awesome promos in wrestling. Okay, your male actor, John Cena.
Okay.
I don't know. Who do you think would be a good? I think what's his face? MLW sponsoree. Danny
McBride.
Danny McBride. Thank you.
Yeah.
I always forget Danny's last name. Danny McBride would probably cut some awesome promos in wrestling.
I mean, Will Ferrell,
yeah.
Ferrell, his whole character on Eastbound and Down was Ric Flair. So, and Ferrell's quick on his feet with that kind of stuff too.
Woman? What about a woman? Danielle Fishel.
Yeah. Actually, she might be.
She's in on
it. The Vanessa Hudgens would kill it.
Yeah, I want to see those two partner promo punch in the face. That's what we need. That would be one. Okay. There was a second part of the question, unless you have other actors you're thinking of.
Not really. I don't know who's like an actor, a popular actor.
I want a Nick Cage wrestling promo.
Okay.
And then he's got to steal the Declaration of Independence. And also thoughts on AEW maybe losing TV deal. Have an amazing day. The day's been good. The TV deal stuff, this all came out because of the sky is falling rhetoric that certain people were trying to lob regarding the WBD and Paramount merger. And to me, there's no credible reason for AEW to be worried about losing their TV deal. They have a lot of time until this merger is finalized. That's one thing. There seems to be no indication that AEW has been, minimized on the WBD front. So to me, this is a whole kind of nothing sandwich of a conversation until the merger happens, and it's up to Paramount and WBD to figure out what's worth keeping and what's worth not keeping. But right now, it doesn't feel like AEW is in any danger of losing anything that they have.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. So,
you know how people talk.
I don't. Is Teddy Long coming back as the SmackDown general manager as well? Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing because I didn't see it come from like anybody credible or reputable or anything like that. So I don't have any thoughts on it because I don't have thoughts on not real things, even though all of my thoughts are unreal.
Everything is speculatory until something happens. And as others have mentioned in the chat, if the merger even happens, there could be antitrust suits. It could be pushed until someone else is in power in the U.S. You don't know until it happens. So right now it's all just ideas on a table. And again, at the upfronts, people were trying to make this big deal. Oh my God, no one's talking about AEW. And then like 5 minutes later, AEW was right front and center at the WBD upfronts. So like, take a breath. Sometimes it's nice to be right before you're first. That's dot your I's, cross your T's, and all that stuff.
I'd rather be first instead of right.
Well, if you're not first, you're last.
Facts.
Let's do SmackDown, and then we'll do Drake and stuff.
Cody and Gunther are appearing. Jade Cargill is appearing, and Trick Williams is appearing. That's SmackDown.
That is SmackDown. 3 hours, baby. We got 2 or 3 more weeks of this, and then hopefully we go back to 2 hours, and things are just. Trick Williams has a celebration. Yeah,
sure.
Anyway.
That'd be fun. Hopefully, the gingerbread man is there.
That'd be best. Anyway, Drake, I guess.
Well, do you have a moment of Thursday, Joel?
No, I don't. I've said enough about TNA for this whole millennium. No, nothing. Because if Steve Macklin can't come out to get heat for the world title match he has next week, why should I give you a moment when the moments don't come?
My moment of Thursday was all of TNA. From Eric Young, the rightful winner of the Battle Royal, to the fantastic promo segment with Xia Brookside and Li Ying Li, to the continuation of the Hardys and Righteous feud, which is definitely needs to continue and not end anytime soon, to the street fight between Casey Navarro and Casey Navarro and AJ Francis, to the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, and the Elegance brand in one of the greatest celebrity segments we've ever seen in wrestling history, to Mike Santana standing in the ring as Daria Ray and Santino continue to bicker because the authority is all that truly matters in all of professional wrestling, to a great match, 2 out of 3 falls, and Cedric Alexander stopping Leon Slater from becoming the longest reigning champion, X Division champion of all time, because we must honor the legacy of Austin Aries, and finally the debut of Fabian Aichner, aka Giovanni Vinci. From start to finish, from 9 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Cross the line. TNA, TNA, TNA.
Woof.
I'm positive.
You're something.
I'm positive. People look tired of the complaining, Joel.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be positive.
That one guy left. It's fine. He'll be back.
I like Lab Glass. He's a good person.
Yes, I don't have a problem with Lab Glass. I hope he finds what he needs, whatever that is. Am I listening to this song now?
Yeah. Okay. So what do we decide on?
Oh, we're doing Too Hard for the Radio.
Too Hard for the Radio. All right.
No.
I'm gonna play this as well, so I can.
Jose's advice, because
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Joel. If you want to open it up, you know what? I'm going to put there's a YouTube link. I'm going to put it here. Not that you guys can even like copy it from here, but you could if you want to listen along. Or you could just go to your YouTube in a separate tab, not this one. Don't leave this show. Don't go anywhere. Listen with us in another tab. And
I think last time I tried to play it like through my Spotify, like there was like feedback and stuff. If I play this, does this screw anything up?
I hear you.
It's very loud.
I hear it. It's very loud.
Is that fine?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, everything okay? All right.
Can you hear it?
All right, I'll listen to it as well then.
Hold on. If I play it, can you hear it? I'm going to press play and tell me if you hear it. Did you hear any of that?
I heard like an echo.
Okay, that's fine.
Jose saying, do not take the hate out or frustration on me for this. Joel's going to hate it anyway. So it has nothing to do with you, Jose. He's going to hate it no matter what.
Drake whitelisted it for YouTube. I don't trust it. I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it.
I don't trust it. I don't trust Drake. This is the man who said his dad has cancer, and then TMZ found out that it's from his dad. not cancer.
Okay, no, hold on. I'm gonna be fair to Drake here. His dad did say like he was battling cancer and
Right, 3
he
years
got
ago
it.
when the album was coming out.
Yeah, so this is not like Drake could have written that song who knows when, and like he was just in a headspace of like I'm dealing with some real shit, and now his dad didn't really do him any favors there by saying that, but I will defend Drake a little bit.
How
on,
dare
on
you?
This.
Stop defending.
Try to be fair at the very least on
No,
these things.
you're not fair.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, we'll listen to
All
it.
right.
Are we ready as a family?
All right, too hard for the radio, everybody. Everybody can listen to this. You got to make it through all 3 minutes and 3 seconds, too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll be fine. By the way,
Okay.
did he shout out Manchu Walk instead of the one that he normally goes to? Manchu Walk sucks, by the way. Very overpriced garbage mall Chinese food. Get the authentic stuff. You can do it, I promise.
He shouted out Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm sure you're very happy about that.
Is that? I mean, the song sucks. I got to pretend to like it because he gave Shea a shout out.
You know, because that's gonna. I hope it doesn't curse him. That's all I can say.
Yeah, well, he bet on OKC last year, and it worked out. There's a lot of players on OKC who like Drake. I mean, Shea because they're Canadian. Jared McCain really likes Drake, so. I mean, you can't account for good taste on this basketball team. Good basketball players.
The basketball players play the basketball. It's just like wrestling. Same thing. Just do the wrestling. Okay. Are we?
All right, we playing this?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play. That's like every other rap song I've ever heard. And the fades too. Okay. Oh, no, it's this is a radio track. Not doing much for me, folks. Sorry.
I gotta turn it down.
You got the beat for it.
What's that?
So they got the beat for it. It'll hit the radio. We'll do a remix for it. Yeah, and they hoping that Too Hard for the Radio makes it as people singing it along. They'll put it in all their Instagram reels. Okay, picked up the tempo a bit. All right. This is when he does a little tender here and there. You're gonna switch it up or what? Oh, okay. We're 2:30. It is a song. Gotta do that auto tune. Man. Yep. 3 minutes, 3 seconds. That'll be a radio track for him. Yep.
It's too hard for the radio.
That's what he's gonna say.
That's actually one of the songs that doesn't sound like every other song.
Jesus.
So many of the other songs, it just sounds the same. He wasn't in his feelings as much in that song compared to the rest of the songs, where it's nothing but the battle, referencing the battle.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. It just, like I said, it's very much a.
We should have had you listen to one of like those super auto tune songs. There was a little bit on that one, but there's some where I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
I'm sure people are going to be very excited to listen to this. Apparently, it crashed Spotify last night. So
did it? I mean that makes sense. Like, he's still popular, like
something like that. Yeah, no, he is. Again, if you ride with him, you're going to like it. If you don't, then you're not. People know my stance on Drake for a long time, and his music has never done anything for me. And this is just further proof that it's not doing anything for me now.
Hater.
King Potato wasn't listening and said the dead silence is peaceful.
Fair.
I get it. Thanks for still listening, though. Yeah, it's fine. Like, if you like it, good for you. Music's subjective, just like wrestling. Some people love TNA.
Well,
that's true. It's dwindling, but there are still people out there.
Not as many people who love Drake.
That's true. Get ready for Ultimate X returning at Slammiversary.
Oh yeah, they announced that.
Fabian Aichner's going to win that one.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Big Fabian Aichner over here. Big Fabian Aichner fan. You're a Fabianiac. Fabianiac. I don't even know what to call you.
Fabianiac.
This is why I didn't have you listen to Shebang. Oh, I know She Bangs.
Oh, Shebang was actually, that would have been a good one to listen to. Yeah, we should have.
Shebangs.
Well, it's not quite. I actually kind of like the Shebang song. That one's not terrible.
She moves. No? Okay.
No, it's not that song. Yeah, we should have done Shebang.
Well, maybe I'll listen to other songs through the week.
You're not going to. Don't lie.
I probably won't.
You're not going to.
Nope.
We all know you're not going to.
Nope.
You should listen to one Drake song every single show until we get through the album.
No, that'll take way too long. That'll take a month and a half, and I'm not doing this.
Just the Iceman album. You won't have to go through the rest.
They all sound terrible. I'm not doing this.
It'll take us 18 shows.
It is, in fact, hard times. It's awful. All right, I got to get out of here. My family needs me. My people need. We got it. It's Friday. Do you have what you need? Oh yes, there's the Hot Topic shirt. WrestleVotes posted the Hot Topic put out its shirt, throwback 2001 Royal Rumble, and listed as test is someone that Jeremy's actually interviewed before, Titus O'Neil. So good for them. Yes.
Hot Topic, dumb as hell.
Hot Topic rules. Look at this. I'll pull it up real quick. And while Jeremy's doing that, do you have the things you need for your?
Yeah.
Okay, you have it. But yes, here it is, and right there, test.
Testis O'Neil.
The Honky Tonk Man. What are we doing?
Honky Tonk Man was in that battle
royal. He
was
in it, but it's like we may as well put Drew Carey. You just couldn't get his.
He's a big star. Oh, Drew Carey would have been a good shout.
Well, there you go.
Honky Tonk Man's a big star.
Guess they'll be releasing that shirt when they come back to New Orleans next. Titus is the new test.
Anyway. Just rebrand. Maybe we'll get on television.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Are we drinking first, or what do we accomplish first?
No, we can. What did we accomplish today, Joel?
Drake continues to be subpar at best. Feel about that how you will. Iceman did not do it for me, but that's because Drake just doesn't.
You listen to one song.
Well, I stand by it. And also, TNA once again did not do it for me either, and they decided that having the world title buried was the right way to do it. Having their X Division title length remain around the Austin Aries should not be your longest reigning X Division champion in 2026. You had an opportunity. You fumbled.
See, never mind.
Fabian Aichner's here, and not here, but he's in TNA. But yeah. And what else did we accomplish? We talked a lot about Jeremy through a table, so we'll get more out of that later.
The biggest thing we accomplished today is Joel hates everything.
Everything. I'm in a lot of pain, and I just want to go home.
Joel hates everything. All right. Okay. All right. We'll go with this.
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
My God.
I got the second
Oh
Malort
no! Oh
bottle
no!
here.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, that's what we're. Oh, we do have the
The results of our poll question.
poll question. Most TNA disappointing moment. 82% said Leon losing. Nothing else was.
Yeah.
Everything else tied for 6%. Nobody wanted Leon to lose. Oh, there you go. There's the results of the poll question. Yeah, I've got the second bottle of the Malort. I'm not going to mix it with the Wheatley. I've been told that's probably a very bad idea.
Bad idea.
So
Do you have something to chase? Do you have something to chase the Malort with?
I have water and what is left of my tea, which is like honey. It's very little that's left of my tea too. So
gonna be miserable.
I'm gonna eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich after this, which I don't know if that's good or bad after eating Malort or drinking Malort. All right, get this cap off.
Yep.
And here we go.
I was gonna down that whole thing. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God, I heard the gurgle. Oh, the face, everything. Go ahead. Say, goddamn, that's good shit. Go ahead.
It sucks so bad.
Oh, yeah. The tea's not going to do much. The water's going to do even less.
I'm trying to like swish the tea around.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Ugh. No, I know it doesn't do much. I literally brushed my teeth and like used mouthwash the other day when I did this, and it still just lingers. It's so bad. Ryan, if you send me a whole bottle, it's kind of a waste of money because like I'm only gonna drink it on this show. I don't like drink it in my spare time or anything. It's so terrible. It would take me forever to get through a whole bottle of this too, because like I do the whole bottle with the like shot because I feel I kind of have to, and like that's what I'm used to doing because I know we get these little shot bottles all the time in college and when I would drink with my dad, and it's just throw the whole bottle back. But like if I had like a big bottle of it, I would not down as much as like is in these bottles. I would take like a sip of those things and it would last for forever. If you would like to send me a whole bottle, I'm not going to turn it down, but I also think you should send me stuff that I will enjoy, like those chocolates you just sent last time, because the chocolates were very good. Send me stuff. You can send me bit stuff. I'm dumb enough to do all of this, but I also prefer good things as well.
Well, good news is we're back on Monday. Jeremy and I will talk about
so bad.
We'll talk about who knows what. We'll talk about the Rousey fight. Talk about ROH Supercard. Maybe a little bit of SmackDown. Collision is live. It's going to be fun. Well, plenty to talk about. So, Jeremy, anything left to plug?
No, that stuff sucks.
I'm going to go do other things. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. You know who he is. I said his name. He's been here. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good weekend. Cheers.